everybody! Welcome to Illustrator Jones again. You mad people, you. Yes, it's another scribble sketch. And there it is. It's magically appeared. Don't know if you noticed how I was holding the pencil when I did that. I held the pencil quite a distance in my hand so that, you know, the point of the pencil is a long way from my hand, which gives you makes it a lot looser. You can have a tendency, if you right up by the nib of the pen, you become tight and it doesn't become a flowing scribble. So just get the pen from the back of the pen and then draw. I do draw from when I'm sketching. I hold the pencil, as you can see, look, quite further back. It just gives you I don't know, a bit more fluidity with your drawing. It just makes it a bit looser, and you know, I don't know. It does for me. For you, well, it's a different matter. It can be, can't it? It's only a suggestion. How is everybody, by the way? It's lovely to have 73 subscribers. I'm not entirely sure who the last ones were, because didn't seem to leave a name. I would have said who you were. If you want me to, I'll give you a shout out. Let me know who you are and I will give you a shout out on the next video. But yeah, thank you ever so much, everybody. 73, eh? Yeah, that's, for me, that's a miracle, isn't it? Yeah, well, yeah, we'll get there one day. We'll get there one day. So this is a scribble sketch, which, yeah, I went all over the place with the scribble, because I didn't want to just do a one shape from like last week, like the last video, which, by the way, bombed. It didn't do very well. Me drawing slowly at the beginning and then speeding up the rest. I think it's just too boring to watch me actually draw. But anyway, hopefully this time I've kept it in the. I've gone back to the old, you know, the other way of doing it, where everything is sped up. Because, you know, time is precious, isn't it? And you don't want to see an idiot like me who can't draw. But yeah, just remember, all this is for is to give you an idea that, yeah, I can have a go at drawing. It's really good fun, guys. You will love it. It's a brilliant pastime. Even if you've got like a little book or a notebook with just some scribbles and silly monsters in it, you know, take it with you wherever you go. Put it in your pocket with a pencil, you know, and if you get bored somewhere or you've got to go to some sort of do and, you know, you don't really get on with everybody, you know, you could sit in the corner and you could doodle, you know, or you've got to go to a meeting and it's really boring, you know, and you're in the office, you could secretly just sit there and doodle. Everybody thinks you're taking notes. Yeah, everybody thinks, look at him, Mr. Diligent over there taking notes. No, you're not. You're drawing monsters. So yeah, that's what I suggest. Yeah, just have fun with it. Don't worry about, you know, if you haven't drawn before, give it a go. It's good fun. Remember, draw the scribble. Stick on some eyeballs. Preferably more than two, because, you know, two's boring. Seen a lot of creatures with two eyes, haven't we? And then just go from there, you know, give it some arms and legs, or don't give it some arms and legs at all. I've done one, you've probably seen it, it's like a big blobby creature, looks like a huge turd with a face. But yeah, it's great stuff, it really is. I love drawing. Kyron Siemens is going nuts at the moment on his channel, so go and have a look at his work. Kyron Siemens, yeah, he's drawing. He does it all with ink, so he's fantastic, so go and have a look at him. He's doing really well. So what have you watched recently on telly? I've just finished watching all of the episodes of The Munsters and all the episodes of The Addams Family. Do you know what? They are really funny. Gotta tell you about this now. See me drawing this character in here. I don't know why. I thought, no, I don't want to draw him in there. You know, Shamus Gumshoe. So I drew him on a separate piece of paper. Now, you may be thinking, well, why? But I don't know. I just wasn't happy sticking him in the drawing physically. I don't know why it was. If he was on a blank piece of paper, blank side of the paper, I probably would have been okay. But anyway, as it is, I drew him on a separate piece of paper. He's going to have a samurai sword, and he's going to do something terrible with it. All because the owner of this huge monster has allowed it to poo. Yes, to poo on the road in a public area. And we all know, don't we, that it's wrong to let your dog poo in a public area without picking it up. So he's jumped into action a little. Maybe you would think it's a bit harsh. It's a bit drastic, cutting off his tail. He'll never do it again, though, will he? No, he won't forget. No. So anyway, that's the idea behind the story. But I've written a book all about. It's going on Amazon soon. If I ever get round to doing it. I finished the book. The book's completed. It's just getting it onto Amazon. It's all about dog mess and picking it up, and if there is one, I've just launched a book. It's a kiddies book. It is, and it's about keeping the world tidy. Little badger called Melvin. So have a look. If you put in Chris Jones in Amazon, you'll see it. It's a digital copy at the moment. It's not a physical copy yet. But it will be soon. I just haven't got around to putting it up as a digital as a physical version. But yeah, I'm inking him in now. I didn't take too much time over Shamus. I just thought, oh, it's a creaky chair. It's a creaky chair, yeah. So inking him up first, and then I think I'm going back to inking up the other one. So what I will do later on, which I do show you very quickly on screen, is when I scan him in, cut him out, and then stick him on the drawing of the monster in the street. So yeah, it works well. Yeah, no, I haven't been watching that many movies. Oh, I tell you what I did do. I went magnet fishing. Did I tell you about that? Have I already told you about magnet fishing? Bought myself a magnet. We went to Dorset. I was magnet fishing in the sea. Well, people coming up to me and says, "Have you found anything interesting?" And I'd say to them, "Yeah, I found a scaffolding clamp," which I did, and I sadly kept it. It's in the boot of the car. Scaffolding. I was hoping for a knife or a Second World War German helmet. Then I realised they didn't actually invade Britain, so there wouldn't be any here. But I did meet a lovely fella from Belgium. Was it Belgium? I think so. I can't remember. Anyway, he does it too, and he didn't speak a lot of English, but yes, he did. It was me that didn't speak any French. But he found some German helmets over there, but they were over there, weren't they? They were occupied by the Germans. So, yeah, that's one of the things. Yeah, inking up now. This grotesque creature from another world. I wanted to give it a background because you seem to like the ones that are a complete picture. Is that right? Am I reading into that? But the ones that are a complete picture from beginning to end, that have got backgrounds, and it's not just the creature and Shamus on a blank sheet of paper. They, for some reason, that seems to be more popular. So I'm still finding my way. Do you know I've been doing this a year? Is it a year or is it 6 months? Oh, I can't remember now. I've said that. Oh, honestly, what a div. Giving him some big teeth. Isn't it funny though, out of that scribble I immediately saw this creature. My dog chasing birds again. Can you hear her? Yeah. So it's monster time again. Now if you, I don't know, please leave a comment and give me some suggestions what you would like me to draw. If you've got anything you think, oh, I fancy watching him, have a go at this and make a total fool of himself. Please leave a suggestion in the comments. And also, let's see your work if you're drawing. I'd like to see what you're doing. I don't know if there's any. I think there's some kids watching this. I think. I think there's one. He sent me some pictures in of what he's done. Now, you may be offended by this section of drawing, because it is a bare-bummed monster. It's Monster Bear Bum. It's a monster bear bum. Monster Bear Bum was seen walking the streets today defecating. Everybody had their hands over their ears, because it was a defecating sound. You get it? Defecating, deafening. It's similar, isn't it? Never mind. No. I'll never be a comedian, that's for sure. Defecating sound. Never mind. If you think these jokes are not funny, write in and tell him so. Chris, they're not funny, stop it! You do realise it's never going to stop, don't you? It's just going to carry on and on and on. I don't care if nobody likes these drawings. I'm still going to do it because I enjoy doing it, and YouTube are not going to get rid of me, no matter how hard they try. I'm sorry, your viewing numbers aren't up to the standard of everybody else's. Oh, yeah, it's just a bit of fun, guys. It really is. I love doing it. I love doing the voiceover. I love, making all the bits of sound effects and things, and furt. I wasn't sure about those scales, but they looked alright in the end. I was happy with the drawing, but by the end of it. Oh! Excuse me! What was that? Oh! Pumpkin soup! Oh! That came out with its boots on! Dear me, I'm terribly sorry, everybody. I'm absolutely disgusting, I know. My parents keep telling me, Chris, you're absolutely disgusting. I know! Where do you think I get it from? Oh, dear. Never mind. Oh! I could put that in the short, couldn't I? That big bear. Oh, dear. I hope I haven't put everybody off. I know, watching that again, it's utter filth. Absolute filth. I feel like that big eagle in the Muppet Show. You remember that? I forgot what his name is now. The big blue eagle used to come in and go, "This is absolute." Oh, it was a big deep voice, wasn't it? I can't remember how he talked now. I've been watching that. I'm afraid. I have to say, the Muppet Show. I've watched season 1. Thing is, I don't know any of the. They had one guest star, and it was Steve Martin. Now I know who Steve Martin was. All the rest, I haven't got a clue who they were. The whole season. Oh no, Vincent Price was on there. I knew who Vincent Price was. Yeah, that's true. But the vast majority, I haven't got a. I was special guest star. Who are these people? And they had a ventriloquist on there, right? And he had this dummy, and the dummy was talking. He was moving his lips. How can you can't call yourself a ventriloquist if you move your lips when the dummy's talking? Anyway, it's still very funny. Who is your favourite Muppet? I'm not sure mine. I love Animal. I think Animal was my favourite because he was so violent. He It's so funny. I do like Kermit. In Sesame Street, you see, when I was a kid, that was on the telly. You don't see that anymore. But when I was a kid, I used to love Oscar, the one that lived in the dustbin. It was funny. I think my cousin's favourite one was the Cookie Monster. Yeah, Simon. He used to love the Cookie Monster. But I always liked Oscar. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, with the different characters you enjoy. When I'm watching the Munsters, I just love what's his name? Oh, it's Gwyn. Is it something Gwyn? I can't know who plays Herman. Is it Fred Gwyn? I can't remember. I think it is, actually. But yeah, his characterization of Herman Munster is such a lovable character. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, putting some in the background in now, some buildings. I just wanted to make them look old and none of this modern stuff. I don't really like modern stuff. It's funny, we went out and bought furniture the other day and it was all from a second-hand shop. You know, none of it's new. I don't know. We have bought a couple of pieces of new furniture, but not much. Yep, sticking on some tiles. Lots of tiles. Who knew? Come brooch me pig and nail. What you have on your cornflakes? Wine. Sorry, I am quoting from Red Dwarf. That's what that was from. If you're wondering. But I'm tired. I've been up since blinking I don't know when. Oh, so early this morning. Oh, here you go, like. I woke up really early. It's got to be about 4:45 in the morning. I don't sleep very well at all. It's to do with your depression, I think. Anyway, you don't want to hear about that. Woke up, sitting there with me phone, you know, just watching some stuff on YouTube kind of thing. As you do. Anyway, it comes to about 7:30, you know. And then we have had builders next door, you see. They're doing a lot of work next door and they've been doing it for quite a while now. Anyway, 7:30 in the morning, out comes the sander. And I don't mean hand sanding, I mean the electric one. Have you ever heard one of them hit the wood in an empty house? You know. 7:30 in the morning. Well, my wife woke up, you know. What the heck is that sound? I go, it's them next door. They're making terrible racket, you know. They'd be mortified, the people that owned it, if they knew what was happening. Then they would be too, because they're really nice people. It's the builders, see. Builders. I haven't got... Oh, honestly. A lot of them haven't got a brain cell between them. Well, the labourers normally haven't, have they? I was a labourer once. I can actually... yeah, that's true. It's quite true, though, Chris. Anyway, I'm going on, aren't I? And it's also already 18 minutes gone. And all I've done is waffle on about nothing. Sorry. So I thought I'd stick some trees in between instead of buildings, because behind him I didn't want to complicate it too much, because I want him to be the focal piece of the piece of art, and I wanted him to stand out. So and I also do it with a thin pen in the background. If you noticed, thin. The further back you go, the thinner the pen gets. The smaller the nib. And the closer you get, the thicker the nib. And I use a brush pen for that bit. But for the little bits of detail on the monster, I will use the thin pen. But that's my general idea. I think. Oh yeah, he's rubbing it out now. Look. Go, Chris. Go. Rub him out. There goes all the pencil. Do you know I never used to do this? No. I used to draw it in pencil, and then I'd stick it on another sheet of paper, put it on the light box, and then trace it off on the light box. But the light box I've got is what's it called? It's got a fluorescent tube in it, and when you stick a fluorescent tube on, in the room, the camera goes all funny. No matter where it is in the room, you know, I had to change all my lighting in here. And it makes all the camera go all glitchy, so that's why I rolled them out. And quite frankly, I prefer doing it this way now. I do. Go well with the pencil. Now you're wondering, why is one side blue and why is one side yellow? You will see, if you notice, there is a street light. So stick on all the street light, you know, the colour of the street light first, and then put the blue on afterwards as shadows. There you go. See? So just figure out where you want all the light to hit. I'm not very good at this. I'm not, you know, as I've said many, many times, I am not qualified to tell anybody how to draw. However, I am working things out myself, you know, and it may come in handy to somebody. It might be something that, oh, look, you know, the proper artists out there know all this, you know, and they're looking at this going, oh, turn it off, it's utter nonsense, utter nonsense. There you go, using a dark greeny blue now for the trees. Now this will pop him off because it's blue and it's very dark. It will pop him off, you see. So yeah. Now a big mistake later on, I'll mention it in a minute. Just keep your eyes on the poo. Yeah, keep your eyes on the poo. That is not a metaphor for life. Alright kids, everything you do in life, right, never forget, keep your eyes on the poo. No. Anyway, just being silly. Yeah, I feel full of beans today, does it show? Can you hear it in my voice? I do feel a bit full of beans today, I don't know why. You wouldn't think because I've been up so early. Yeah, putting all the shadow in now. I'm using the normal blue I use for shadow is this blue, but it's a different blue to the background one because you don't want him blending in too much. There's his little bottom. It's a funny creature, isn't it? It really is. Now, yeah. There you go, look. Oh, it is a different blue, isn't it? Yeah, it is a different blue. I know it is. I drew it. Here we go. A bit of gore! Nothing like a bit of gore! Yeah, we like a bit of gore. Oh, it's just funny, innit? That's all it is. Please don't take it seriously. It is not serious. It's just a bit of mucking around. Nice green teeth. God, I wish I could draw this quickly normally. But then again, would I enjoy it as much? I don't think I would. I had really good fun drawing this one. Yeah, I'll show you how I work on the computer later. I think I've shown it before, but you know, if you've got a computer. If you haven't, I'll suggest something else that you can do if you have the patience. And you will need to collect together a pair of scissors, some plasters for your cuts. No. Remember kids, don't run with scissors. He's a bad influence and you shouldn't be seeing him because, you know, scissors is a nasty lad. Yeah, a little bit of added detail I'm sticking in there, you know, hairs and little bits of shading and cross-hatching. Posca. Now, you might... I've run out of Posca pens. Would you believe it? And I still haven't got around to going to buy some. Because they don't last very long. I have bought a acrylic pen from Temu. So I will report to you what that one is like and how long it lasts and if it's any good at all or if it's a load of rubbish. But yeah, my fine-tipped Posca has run out, so I had to use this big one, which wasn't very easy. So yeah, went around the black line of the light so that it looks like it's shining in the dark. Yeah, bit of shading now on his. I was going to leave those white, you see, but they kind of didn't stand out enough. But when I coloured them in dark purple, it popped his head right off, and his body. Yeah, it's very good. Very, very good. Well, for me, it's very good. You know, to you, it's probably, you know, what are you talking about, Chris? Yeah, no, it worked. That's why I was happy about it. It actually, it worked for once. I've always got it in the back of my mind, if I mess this up, I can always print out another one and have another go. The dog's at it again. I wonder what it would do if it caught a bird. Yeah, it's getting there. Big purple monster. I do like the two-tone of the drawing. You know, the background is like blue to yellow. More Posca now, just to highlight those a little bit more. Yeah. Ooh, ooh. Oh, I know what he's going to do. Here we go. Now, I was thinking, you see, well, this I'm going to colour him in. There we go. I was thinking of showing you. I was going to colour the other one in and then cut him out with some scissors. Which you don't have to go exactly up to the line, the black line. Just leave a white space around him. And then when you glue him onto the drawing, if that's what you want to do, you can add the little black line, but glue him on before you colour in the other drawing. It was an idea, and to be honest, I ran out of time. I just ran out of time. It was trying to cram this into half an hour is, it's not easy. Yeah, so I just do the one. But that was my idea, that you could cut him out with scissors, stick him on the black and white drawing, you know, and add the lines with your black liner pen to, you know, to kind of blend him in a little bit. And, you know, and then you could colour it in if you wanted to. Or you could do the same, you could colour him in and cut him out, you know, with a pair of scissors. Bit fiddly, but with a bit of practice, you know. But just don't worry about keeping up to the black line. Just leave like a margin around him, and then add in the missing bits. You know, when you've glued him down. Bit of Pritt stick, that'll do. Pritt stick, it's quite good stuff. Yeah, I don't know where he got the sword from or where he was keeping it. Remember, kids, don't go around with any knives or swords because it's against the law and you get yourself arrested. Unless, of course, the blade is under 3 inches, the actual blade from handle to tip, including the unsharpened bit, and it is non-lockable. Ooh, look at him go with his advice on knives. Knives. Anyway, thank you ever so much, everybody, for watching. I'm not finished yet. I'm just saying thank you because I hope this one does better than the last one. I was quite disappointed with the last one, but it was all right. I can't remember what it was now. What was it? Oh yeah, it was the big woman with the horrible lady monster. Should have done a background, see, would have made it more interesting. Here we go, computer bit. Scanned him in, scan the drawing in. Cut him out, stick him in the drawing. Make another layer of him behind, and then make it into a blur. So it makes him look like he's jumping. And then there's the mistake. I forgot to colour in the poo with the pens. There's the poo. There's the stink. Some swipey lines. Make it look dramatic. Make it look all dramatic. Yeah, bit of shadow. Don't know why I did that. And there you go. That's it. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please subscribe and leave a like and a comment. Thanks, everybody.
Bye everybody. Come again when you've got less time. Hope you enjoyed the video. I didn't, but it was rubbish. Anyway, thanks for watching.